I have an unbelievable, unreasoning fear of dentists. I always have had. As for where I was emotionally prior to coming here, in a basket would probably be a real good description. Last October, which is when I started seeing Dr. Gonzales, actually in November, I woke up one morning, I had swelling from my eye all the way down underneath my jaw. And my teeth didn't hurt, so I thought it was a sinus infection. I went to the doctor. They said, go see your dentist first, make sure. So I went to my previous dentist, and he said, yeah, definitely it's an abscess. And in the process of examining the rest of my mouth, he said, you are in real trouble. He said, you're going to be losing a lot of teeth. You need periodontal surgery. I was just absolutely paralyzed with fear. And in a large part, the reason I got to that point in the first place was because of the fear. I would go on a necessity basis rather than routinely the way you should go. Like if a filling fell out, I'd go. If something hurt, I'd go. Occasionally, I'd show up for the cleanings. But for the most part, I just avoided it like the plague, and then I ended up with a mess in my mouth. What he was going to do was I was going to have to go to 3 different people. He was going to send me to an oral surgeon for the extraction, and we're talking over half of my teeth were going to be extracted. Then to a periodontist for the periodontal surgery, and that's done in stages, quadrant at a time. We're talking weeks, and the recovery period in between, and down the road probably having to have it done again. All this so far, except for maybe the oral surgeon, with just Novocaine and maybe nitrous if I was lucky. Then go back to my regular dentist to do all the caps, crowns, bridge work, veneers, the whole thing. And in the meantime, he said there would be, after going through all this, there was going to be a period of 4 to 5 working days, give or take, where I wouldn't have any of the bridge work or the caps or the veneers and the crowns. I was going to be walking around without a good portion of my teeth. So, I mean, that alone was humiliating, but the real thing was the absolute abject terror. So I thought, well, I have no choice. I got to do this, or I'm going to lose all my teeth. So I went home and I was going online, just trying to educate myself a little bit about the periodontal stuff, because that was one of my bigger fears. And I accidentally, in the process of doing my web searches, hit on Dr. Gonzales' website. And they were talking about, he does everything. He does the periodontal, he does just the normal run-of-the-mill dentistry, he does the oral surgery, he does orthodontics, he does implants, he does everything. And more importantly, he does everything painlessly because he can anesthetize you completely. You are totally gone while he's doing it. And he can do it in one visit instead of multiple trips and multiple agonies. So I thought, oh, well, this is it. And he happened to be here in Las Vegas, so I went to him. He looked, he said, yeah, we've really got a mess. All the things that the previous dentist had skirted around, I said, yeah, definitely, and more. Anyway, I made the appointment. I was still terrified, but before I went, they gave me this little blue pill. By the time I got to the dentist's office, I was perfectly okay with having everything done. Just no anxiety. You're just floating around, a happy camper. I came in. They said, come on back. I sat in the chair. The only thing that I remember that I was aware of was somebody lightly touching the back of my hand. I'm assuming to do the IV. I'm assuming. I don't know. I just felt somebody touch me. I was in the chair for, I think, like 6.5 hours. I felt nothing. I woke up. I went home. Everything was done. All the bridges and stuff were temporary, but my teeth looked just like they do now. I wasn't missing anything. I didn't have big gaps in my smile. About 4 hours later, I woke up at home in my own bed. Apparently, I talked all the way home. I don't remember it, but awesome. And with all that work that he did, it was maybe like 3 weeks, because I had a lot of swelling. Can't have that many extractions and not have swelling. But it healed so fast. The periodontal was done, one step. And he also did some bone grafting because I had a lot of bone loss from the periodontal stuff. He did it all right then. It was done. That was it. One trip. No pain, no fear. If all the dentists did that, there would be so many people running around with happy, healthy smiles and healthy mouths and healthy bodies, because it can affect the rest of your body too. I'll never go to anybody else. That's like a double bonus for me. I did not come to Dr. Gonzales for cosmetic reasons, but I ended up getting cosmetic results. Over the years, you see things happening, but you kind of ignore it and you get used to it because it's gradual. When I was younger, I had a nice smile. I mean, did I have perfect teeth? No, but it was still a nice smile. And over the years, with the dental problem, it started shifting a little bit, did a little discoloration and stuff. He put me back to where I was when I was in my 20s, and even a little better. Phenomenal. He is so good. I brought him, I don't know that it was necessary, but I brought him pictures of me from back in my teens forward through the years so he could see the original shape and conformation of my mouth and the progression as it slowly began changing. He just did incredible. I don't know any other way to describe it. He didn't, the little irregularities that were just part of me, like a little overlap here, a little over, he left it, made a slight improvement, but left it. But they put my mouth back the way it used to be and better. Instead of the normal process where they go in without general anesthetic, mind you, the periodontist that I went to because of my other dentist, they cut your gums open, peel them back, scrape down by the bone and the roots by quadrants. Now you got to heal in between, several trips, and from what I understand, usually people that have it done a year or so down the road, they're having it done again. It's very painful. Then they stitch your gums back up around your teeth, and it's absolute misery. And Dr. Gonzales, I don't know the whole process, but he uses laser instead, and apparently with fantastic results. My gums are nice and healthy now. Everything's all tight the way it should be. No problems. They're absolutely awesome. I love every one of them. They're kind, they're gentle, they're unbelievably accommodating of my needs, my scheduling. They're all just fantastic. Anytime I've had to make an appointment and follow up, if something's a little off or something's not right, if I have a little bit of a problem, immediately they get me in. There's no such thing as hanging out in the waiting room for half an hour, 45 minutes or more. You make an appointment, you get in, you're there, that's it. They've just been wonderful. And another thing that you don't see with a lot of dentists, they took the pain away and the fear away on the physical standpoint, but they also do that on the financial end as well. Typically, dental coverage through employers, no matter how good your other insurance may be, dental coverage is pathetic. I mean, it is next to worthless. So that's a big chunk out of your pocket. They actually, at Dr. Gonzales' office, they have access for people who would like it to a plan called Care Credit. There are a couple different levels of plans, but they essentially, one of the plans that you can make just payments on it, interest-free for a year, and there's another plan that was beyond a year. That's really huge. My previous dentist had no such options. Honestly, I hadn't really heard of dentists. Not that I'd been to them all that much, obviously. Most of them don't do that. And that's huge. That's all part of caring about people and caring about the outcome of your dealings with them on every level. Not just on the physical level, but the emotional level, financial. It's all part of caring about human beings, and that's what I feel when I come here. That they really, really I can't think of a better experience than the one I've had, especially given the fears I've had in the past.